folks, Quill18 here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2018 as Portsmouth! And welcome to our very first game of the season versus Rockdale? It's always, I don't know. Let's say Rockdale for that one. I think that's probably, I'm just going to guess that that's probably closer to how the Brits pronounce it, but I actually have no idea. It's one of those words that can definitely go a variety of different ways. Here's going to be our starting 11 here, and we have had a fantastic little preseason with the friendlies. I mean, obviously, these are mostly lower-ranked teams over here. Pretty crushing, especially this Haventon W, whoever they are. Vanarama National League South. So, yeah, not particularly high-end opposition, but has helped us to just debug some of the stuff we've got going on. Got the home game against Rockdale here. Very pumped for it. Hopefully, we'll do okay. They're another sort of, I think, mid-tier media prediction 24th. Okay, so actually they're predicted to do quite poorly in our league compared to us. Because of that and because of being at home, we're certainly expecting a win. If we don't get a win, we will be highly, highly disappointed. Obviously, our performance in the last few games has been fantastic, but, you know, again, our opposition wasn't too hard. One of the real breakouts here is Connor Ronan, who's not even in our starting 11 setup necessarily. The 19-year-old on loan from the Wolves, the Wolverhampton Wanderers. Okay. He has done, he's done really, really, really well. He's actually, has been playing, I think over here. I think the left, the left inside forward, attacking midfielder kind of role over here, attacking winger role. He's just been crushing it over and over, but I think it's been a real combo of passing. They've all been, like, strongly assisted things. Almost none of our goals have been the sort of, like, solo kind of endeavor. It's been a lot of well-passed, well-assisted scoring as these guys continue to rush forward to the goal. I've been really, really, really happy with the performance so far. I have done a fair amount of pickups on the free transfer market. I think if we go here, we can get a list. Okay, and by a fair amount, I mean I picked up two. And both of these are actual defensive lefts, but I was really poking around, trying to do as much research as I could online and online on the internet and in the game here to find some really sweet deals. So these two here, these two youths are technically don't join us until one's like November of this year and one's November of next year. Jan Jepsen over here. Oh no, I guess it's both November of this year. So not for a few months over here. I don't know why that is. It probably has something to do with the youth contract. I don't really know. But both of them were also allowed to be brought in on like a trial until then. I really don't know what the deal is. I guess we just don't pay them until then or something like that. They both have really good potential abilities, you can see here. I don't know if we have the means to develop them. I mean, so the 3 stars here, I think that means we're guaranteed to get at least that much. And the fact that these are black stars mean if things go well, we might be able to push them there. So, you know, 13 is pretty good pace. I don't know if the acceleration matters as much on the wing, but yeah, good pace. Interesting on the aggression over here. If we can pair that with like a higher tackling, there might be some really interesting stuff over there. Really good determination, really good work rate. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. We're hoping that these technicals will go up a fair bit. I don't know, but again, the potential might be there. So we have Jan over here training hard and Marko Zukanovic over here. They're both currently on the under-18s team, although I did have, I believe this fella over here join the squad on the friendly, I think again, Queens of the South, I think. But here you can see, like, the natural fitness 17. This is always something I look for a lot, is that good natural fitness and the good work rate here. And again, the potential, he may be amazing, he might not be amazing, I don't know. We really don't know how he's going to work out, but I think there's a high potential of him being quite stupendous. So it does suck that there's a bit of duplication there. I actually did make a few offers for some other high potential youngsters on the right wing, but they ultimately all ended up going somewhere else, unfortunately. A lot of competition for these guys, which is another sign I think that they were pretty good. They've all been picked up pretty cheap, I think. If we look at Jan's contract here, contract info? No, it doesn't actually. Huh. They're all cheap. They're all like, I don't know. They're all like youngster type contracts, like $180 or something, for a full time thing. So it should be a fairly decent pickup. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at our tactics. The tactics have indeed been basically, as far as I know, unchanged from the first video. It's been working out fairly well. Again, our competition hasn't necessarily been in a position where we can judge that necessarily, but so far so good. We are coming here with a couple of extra. Oh, no, you're not actually injured. We did get these guys. Actually, Nathan, I think, is just recovering from an injury. I'm not sure. There's been a lot of that. Ollie just got injured. A couple of people are still injured from before. We had a couple of knocks throughout. Even Brett Pittman, the very first friendly, he actually took a knock in it. I'm like, oh my god. If this is our star player, basically. If he gets taken out, we are screwed. And then it was like, oh, bruised rib, you're out for 1 to 2 days. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. So, anyway, I'm really curious to see how this is going to go. We're going to give this a try. We'll cross our fingers at our very first match. Again, it's at home. It's a team we should beat on paper. Oh, they're playing a very similar setup than we are. Only one defensive midfielder and 2 regular midfielders over here. Something else we could consider, but I don't know. So far, so good. Again, these wingbacks really tend to move up quite a bit and play here. In fact, you often get a sort of inversion. I've noticed you'll find like Walks being ahead of Naismith because Naismith is actually sort of hanging back a little here, waiting for maybe the pass to him, and then he moves out, or it's going to be a cross to Kennedy, or actually, again, it was Connor over here who was just crushing face. So we're looking forward to seeing a lot of that. I'm going to go into the dressing room. I did decide to get lazy and just turn on the speeches this way. Before we get in, I have to go and change the playback speeds. I'm going to leave it 1 notch above normal here for the playbacks. It's quite good, and I think we'll go to extended, not comprehensive. I think that's going to be fine. No replays or anything like that. I usually am pretty okay with this. All right, let's go to the kickoff. We've got the squads marching out. I believe that is us in the blue over here. It's funny because with these colors here, it makes me think that we're playing against Ayr United. It's not quite the same, but that is the vibe that I am getting. McNulty? Huh. Okay. So, we have an Anderson, although he's not in the kit. He's on the sidelines because of an injury. I think that's Henderson. That was our goalkeeper, I think. All right, not much to say about that first play. Let's hope that we get a slightly more exciting replay here. 6 minutes in, 7 minutes in, 8 minutes in without a real replay. Here we go. McNulty to Camps. They are on the offense. Oh, what a beautiful slide tackle by Rose. Unfortunately, we lose possession right again. And who's that? Kennedy failing to intercept that little weak pass there. Donahue gets in the way. It is going to give them a corner, although we did deny that shot. Our match preparation, we are fluid in everything about our tactic. Our match preparation is currently defending set pieces. Ooh. All right, don't see a lot of corners being taken that way, but maybe didn't see an opening. Burgess takes the ball away, sends it just ahead of Naismith, who unfortunately cannot get the ball. Now, we do not have the pass into space instruction, so that might have been a miscalculated pass or a lack of vision by Calum Naismith. I don't know. It could really go either way. I don't know. Well, we'll have to see next time there's that little cut there what our overall possession is. It just looks like our goalkeeper just stood there. That is incredibly disappointing. That is incredibly disappointing. Now, we still have a little bit, well, a fair bit of sort of match cohesion problems with our team. Our mood's been great overall. Everyone feels really great. Morale is pretty good, but we're still developing a lot of match cohesion. It has improved a fair bit from where we started the season off, even just after 4 friendlies here. And cleared, thank you very much. Although, it looks like they're going to continue up on the offense. And we just moved up in position because other things are going on in other matches. Dump there. It's going to be a goal kick. So we'll finally go into aggression. So we actually have a slight possession edge. Well, it's about 50-50. Humphrey into a corner. Come on, guys! What is happening here? We're consistently on the back foot on defense. So, I mean, our possession, like, we've got some of it. Again, about 50-50, but there must be a possession or a quality mismatch. O'Keefe sends it far forward. This time, Cal Naismith's able to move it up quite a bit, but he's all alone and fairly far in the flank. Not a really good angle for a shot. Does get kicked out there for a goal kick, not a corner. So, interesting how that tackle developed. Can we get it here? It looks like Humphreys is just going to be able to take it here. Move it to Camps. Send it wide to the flank. We're always a little concerned. Oh, Donahue with a nice little steal there. He doesn't seem to have the pace to really move it up. Again, tries one of these weird forward passes towards Pittman. Again, that might be a lack of cohesion and understanding between the players. It would not surprise me if that was the case. Humphreys gets his shot off. Luckily goes a little off target. The only thing that's been saving us there so far. What are the shots? We actually got more. No, Rockdale's got more shots. But our possession is climbing up here for whatever that counts. Seems nervous, looks composed. I mean, we could do a little bit of a yelling on the sideline. Cal Naismith with the free kick. Goes a little high. Or a lot high, maybe. I mean, we might get a little bit more satisfaction if we're going to the comprehensive. And we might want to just get... You know what? It's early on in the season. I think actually it is worth going to comprehensive so that we can get a better understanding of exactly how our players are moving. So it won't really apply here in the first half, but in the second half, we'll be able to see a little something, something. All right, McGee clears it out to the wing back. Maybe that's something we need to change. If our Kennedy back to Rose, who was slightly out of position, so there's a bit of a tempo miss there. O'Keefe, who's forced backwards. Wadamoff moves it to Burgess. Now, it's only the goalkeeper that distributes to the wingback. We don't have, like, play wide or exploit the flank set up. And I don't even know if we necessarily need to do that. Actually, play wide might be a good idea. Walks, sends it over to Pittman for a header, but it's a pretty gentle header, and the goalkeeper had plenty of time to go and deal with that. I mean, you know, very nice that it executed with precision there, but the goalkeeper was able to see it coming from a million miles away. Walks with a nice little takeaway. Pittman gets it over to Naismith, who's going to be forced to pass it somewhere, probably backwards. No, forward to Pittman, who one time passed it to O'Keefe, sends it wide to Donahue. Is he going to be able to center it? Naismith with the header directly to goalkeeper. At least, okay, the aggression is starting to happen. We are now leading on shots, 9-7. Okay, there's been just a huge transformation here. Ever since I went to comprehensive, they're like, oh no, the manager's watching, we better start doing better. Struggle for opposition in possession in the opposition's half. That makes a lot of sense as a weakness that's been going on there. And then on the other side, Wiseman has lost more possession but won it back, so clearly a lot of action going wherever that is. Progression, middle and middle thirds. Who's this Scott Wiseman on the other side? Well, let's go into the dressing room. We'll do this, that's fine. If I go to tactics and opposition instructions, which are currently being automated. Wiseman. Can I expand this at all? No. Wiseman. He's one of the defensives, so that's not really... I don't think that's anything we can particularly exploit. Yeah, I can't really think of anything that way. We'll say, okay, anything in the analysis we want to be able to see. Okay, no messages pending for us. Yeah, all right, that's fine. Let's start the second half and see if we can recuperate here. Again, I'll be very disappointed if we don't win. Now, we're still in this counter sort of fluid thing. I still think that's okay. But, you know, maybe we should be, you know... At this point, since we've got one tactic that's fluid, what I should do is copy this tactic and make a duplicate of it that's maybe more control-based, a little bit more overtly aggressive. Because right now our forwards do the combination of control plus flexible means that our forward people do contribute a little bit more to the defense, which is probably why we tend to see just one person up ahead for those forward passes. So changing that may make a difference. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it now. And they're not going to be super comfortable with it. But we'll go to explicit control here, which is going to hurt our familiarity a little. But let's do that. And yeah, I'm going to set up a second tactic just to practice that. I think everything else would be the same. Pittman to Naismith, gets it forward to O'Keefe. And then, yeah, people rushing forward a little bit more, maybe. Over to Rose, he's got a lot of passing options, goes to O'Keefe, who tries to send it wide to Donahue, but unfortunately does get intercepted. Here's Humphreys again, doesn't have a whole lot of help right now, but there's enough time. Rose with a header, clears it out of the box, but, you know, still doesn't retake possession. All right, McKee with a relatively easy save over there. And then we get to go and start. I don't know, maybe I want to change the wingback emphasis. Big attempt to pass forward there. Do we want... We haven't really messed with the, oh my god, come on, Whatmouth. I don't know if Whatmouth is the right way to say his name, but, like, you know, through, like, standard English parsing, maybe it's Whatmow? I don't know. It's so hard. There's that Wiseman guy again, hits close in the face. Thump. And a nice slide tackle there. O'Keefe sending it forward to Pittman. Oh, big takedown. No penalty at all. But yeah, I think I was going to say, like, should we change the passing sort of length or something. Maybe. One thing you can do, and I don't think I'm going to do it here, is you can use the combination of like retain possession plus pass into space, which is interesting. It makes safer, shorter passes, except every now and again you send it ahead of people. I'm still not sure if pass into space is quite right with our team here because, I mean, we've seen it. Some of our players have attempted a little bit of pass into space, and it hasn't really been working out because our forwards aren't quite quick enough to do that kind of behavior. So I'm not sure that it's winning move, but we could try. And the combination of retain possession and pass into space is very interesting. I think it keeps, like, unsettling the opposition's tempo. O'Keefe with a long shot! Some pretty ambitious attempts there. We may want to consider doing some sort of substitute here. 65-minute mark, see who's playing poorly. O'Keefe sends it out of the danger zone, which I guess is good, but right into enemy hands. And we keep being sort of on the back foot here. So switching to control hasn't seemed to make much of a difference, I would say, in this particular scenario. And I don't think that was the core of the problem. Burgess with a header. Henderson keeps it in. He could have gone to a corner. Pittman clears it from the penalty box, but again, these guys are just doing such a good job retaining possession in our end. Oh, we get a free kick. All right, let's take a moment here and take a look at Matthew Kennedy doing quite poorly at a 6.3. You know what? Let's go ahead and bring in Connor Chaplin, who's been doing... Connor Rowan. Ooh, don't want to get the two of those confused. Connor Rowan. Rowan here has been doing extremely, extremely well for us overall. So let's do that. Jack Whitemau. Deland over here doesn't have a ton of sharpness. We might bring him in a little later just to help bring up his sharpness a bit, but we may not want to do the swappy-doo right now. So Matthew Kennedy is, I believe, our highest ranked of our forward wingers at about 4 stars. And Ronan and Naismith are both... Here's Ronan coming in already. I think Ronan might be faster. I think we're going to take a look at him. I'm betting what's going on here. He may have slightly more pace and or agility and or acceleration or something like that. And maybe that's what's making all the difference here. That while, you know, maybe Kenneth or whoever it was... Oh, there's Pittman, back to Rose. Maybe he's like got more technical skills or something like that. But if he can't get himself in the right place due to lack of sort of just pure physique, that may be what's going on. Yellow card for Walks over here. That's mostly okay, although, you know, he is getting pretty tired as well. Let's bring in Gareth Evans, our assistant or vice captain, I should say. Who else is getting a bit tired? Dion Donahue. Yeah, I think it's fine to go and do the double substitution here. I wonder if I should go to like an all-out kind of attack. You know, maybe with the last 10 minutes here. Oh my god. The problem continues to be, it's not really a lack of attack. It's a lack of ability to really take control over here in our own zone. Burgess just clears it. Okay, that's only going to be a throw-in for them, but it's still a possession problem. Yeah, I agree. We do need to close that guy down a little bit more aggressively. Oh, do I not have the option turned off to frickin' click ads? I think you got to set that on, like, a per-save basis. I hate that. Yeah. We're... Sure, mark him as well. Yeah, well, I think we will go to a fairly aggressive attack, and I'll probably throw in the pass into space. There's Pittman! Oh my god, I even thought the deflection there might have gotten in. So this is a real chance with a corner going on. I do have the set-piece takers and everything all set up. Close manages to keep possession. Okay, these far shots. Do I not have... Yeah, I have work ball into box. 14 shots. Not a single one has gone in yet. Yeah, at this point, we've got a 60% edge on possession. We've got an edge on shots. Almost a 2-to-1. No, really. Yeah, same thing. So we're like 60% edge. More on-target shots. More fouls, but, you know, whatever. I think that maybe, after all, I can't be results-oriented here. It could be, literally, that we're just getting slightly unlucky. Yeah, I think it's probably... We're still going to go for, like, a kind of a desperation, like, okay, let's turn on the pass into space. And we'll up the tempo here. I mean, if we end up losing by 2 or 3, what's the difference? A loss is a loss is a loss. Goal diff really doesn't tend to come up too often. I'd love to start the season off with at least a draw. I mean, come on. All right, Gareth Evans. I think that may have been a pass into space. What? Oh, we didn't actually lock in those changes, apparently, from something. Confirm button is so, like, small and sneaky. Never remember to hit it, and therefore we probably weren't using the super aggro. I mean, it's probably too late to make a change here, but we'll go to overload. And this is going to bring the defense much more into aggression here. With the fluid, or the flexible arrangement, and an aggressive philosophy, what you're going to do is bring the defense into more of the attack. Doesn't come up as much as structured, but it definitely does with flexible. Is it going to make a difference? I don't know. Getting men forward to support the attack, you're goddamn right. Could, oh, that's not the one I wanted. Cancel. It's this over here, which at release didn't work at all, but, push forward. Let's go. Everyone get up to the net. That's Henderson again. Looks like he was offside. All right, so that's going to start us off with a free kick here. Can it start the tempo? Well, all right, it went to a throw-in, which we're doing, sending it forward to Brett Pittman. Pittman takes a while to send it forward again to Evans. Can he cross it? Sort of, but there was no one there. The biggest weakness might be the lack of coordination with our team. It really might come down to that. Ah, what a disappointing first game. Again, statistically on paper, okay, there's a big send forward. Right to Pittman, not ahead of him. He sends it well across to Ronan, who centers it again to O'Keefe. One-time little tap to close, who takes like 3 steps and delivers it into the goal. Oh my goodness. All right, there we go. Well, let's restore ourselves. I think we'll stay on control. I'm going to go ahead and clear out these passing instructions in here. We're sort of going to go ahead. If I just hit revert, it probably reverts to when I open this window up. I wonder if I want to get rid of some of this look for overlap and things. I think it's okay. All right, we're just going to go to a more established thing. What we don't want to do now is concede a goal stupidly in the last 2 minutes. Like, this is a high-risk thing. There's an increased likelihood that we would concede a goal, but we had to take the increased chance that we'd score here. Decreasing volatility to get a draw. I mean, we're gonna have to deal with it. Like, at this point, we're gonna have to be very happy with taking a draw. Again, overall, I'm disappointed with the outcome. Can we clear that? Thank you very much. So we should get a whistle any second now. Come on, ref. Let's call it quits since we don't have possession. Sending it in deep. We clear it. Where's that whistle? Well, now I don't want a whistle. Except I'm sure we're gonna get one. It's interesting saying waiting for next highlight, but it's still just ticking away. Oh, there's maybe a yellow card on the other side. Yep, there we go. I mean, there can't possibly be more play left, although if we keep getting sort of these penalties, there we go, in the extra time, I think you can still do it. I only predicted an narrow win for Portsmouth in this game, and I can't really say I'm too surprised the final outcome has been a draw. I mean, I'm not surprised, but definitely a hint of disappointment. So Joe Gallan, who I'm, excuse me, I'm leaving him in charge here. Disappointed, everyone agrees, morale goes up. All right, so we're still on the same page there. That was not an especially happy-making performance. Leave match, thank you very much. Rescue late draw. Pittman makes Portmouth. Really? Is he truly brand new? I guess so. This is his first season here. Huh. Ipswich, Bournemouth. He's been with Bournemouth a long time, like back and forth. That's interesting. Okay, well, I mean, clearly he's a good addition to the team. I'm happy that it was picked up beforehand. Speaking of Ipswich, we're gonna be playing them in a few days in an away match, which is gonna be a little trickier. Right. So what I want to do we want to go? Well, we're gonna do a few things. First, Connor Ronan. What's your deal? Your pace and acceleration is a little higher. That is why I'm sure so many opportunities go your way. Cal over here, 13-12 is not too shabby. And Kennedy, no, you're not too bad either. I mean, you're not fast, but you're not bad. It's really Brett that's the slowest over here, but we're not really sending it forward to him too much. You know what? All right, I'm going to go ahead with the pass into space and retain possession. kind of thing. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the specific instruction to distribute to fullbacks. Although, we still have play out defense, which I think is good. I might still want to... You know, we'll leave you without any specific instructions. I think that's going to be okay. So, where do we save? I think it's over here. No. Is it here? Here. I will save this tactic. Like that. I will load the tactic into this slot. But over here, we're going to go with a control mentality. So we can swap to control as needed. I still think this idea is kind of decent. Actually, I think counter with pass into space might actually be quite strong. I think it might be. Now, the interesting thing is switching your mentality has massive impacts on a lot of things. Tempo, width, mentality. The passing style, obviously, is affecting both sides over here. So, this one's still luckily mostly fluid. I don't know what we're going to do. Let's take a quick look at our dynamics over here. Yeah, match cohesion is still really bad. If we look at our training here, we're unbalanced. I wonder, first of all, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go match tactics a couple times over here, just to increase our fluidity again. I'm wondering if we should just keep things on team cohesion permanently. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually set like team cohesion here and here, and maybe one more. Like, we're really going to focus on it. Try to bring this up. I think this pour is really bad. Team's overall match cohesion hasn't seen much change. Slightly disappointing. Impact player positioning. I think we've noticed that. Visions and reactions to events. Yeah, I really think we've noticed that. I think that's what's holding us back. Can we do a team meeting? No. And yeah, people are mostly happy. Take a quick look at the medical center. I did get a variety of upgrades to our team. Danny Rose. Oh, low condition. That's true. I think it's probably still worth checking here. And then when this happens, I'm going to rescue for like a couple of days. And a couple of days. Recent injury. You're on rotation. Yeah, your sharpness and condition's really low. I'm going to keep you resting very aggressively here, Matt Clark. Really aggressively. And medium. I might still rest you one extra day. I mean, there's a bunch of people who are looking pretty bad. I can't box select over here, huh? That's too bad. Injury susceptibility is below average, but I think it's adding up. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the ideal thing. One day. The injuries really stop being a problem as you go forward into the season, because just people get more of their sort of condition and sharpness, and everything becomes much more primo. But let's do that. So we're at least throwing one day of resting for a handful of these guys. I think that's a very good idea. Very high. But, I mean, you're increased. It's just not high injury risk. We'll have to deal with that. Everything's really bad. Risk assessment? What's the difference? I don't know. Don't know. But yeah, we do... Can we see the team over here? No, I guess I have to go to staff. See, we have a full medical staff over here. I had to hire a sports scientist, but look at this, like 16 sports scientists. This guy's really good. Everyone else, I started with one in this slot. Head of sports science, so he's not quite as good, but, you know, it's still there. And, can I don't understand. I can click on the other guys. Oh, there we go. See, this physiotherapy is not that good. I don't know if I can replace these dudes. I think I've got it set so that my, I've got it set so that my chairman or whatever was renewing the contracts on these guys. I don't think I should have done that. Oh, you're very good. So it might be okay. So I'm hoping. I mean, if we take a look over here, the bar is how good we are. The little dash is the average. So we are the best league, the best for sports science, and we are third best for physiotherapy. So clearly, our medical team is actually in really, really, really good shape. So hopefully that will help us avoid more injuries. And I gotta say, like, so far, so good. There hasn't been anything too major. You can see Ollie here, back in 4 days. It wasn't even a serious injury. And I think with Matt and, Henderson, these are the ones that were already there. This is going to take them a while to get back. A little bit of extra rest on these guys. I guess that's just going to be the way that it's going to have to be. Great training facilities. That makes a big difference, too. All right, well, we'll go ahead and put a cut in here. We've got the first round of the Caribou League coming in soon. I'm not sure. Let's take a look at our schedule. I think we're mostly still going to televise most of the home games and some of the higher games in a tournament. Like maybe from the quarterfinals on, that sort of thing. Or if it becomes important, if we take a look at our competition, reach third round, reach second round, like so maybe some of those, right? Because those are the ones that we're really looking to matter. I guess the Caribou Cup reach second round. I mean, that's what are you in? You're in the Championship League, so you're in a league above us actually. Maybe we'll do this one. This one in 3 days. Again, this guy's they're going to be a fair bit stronger, but okay, we'll show that one. So let's put a cut in here for now. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you guys next time.